Hey everyone, this is Andy. So today we're going to give away a bunch of free Diadem strings through a sweepstakes. And then I'm also going to review some of the products and give you some video from my most recent match play. So enjoy. Hey everyone, so I'm all decked out in Diadem stuff today. So I have my shirt, got my hat, and we're gonna go over all the products that I've used thus far. So first of all, you guys know that I switched to the Diadem Elevator in August, and I haven't demoed any of the other rackets, but this is one I feel is a really solid racket. And it reminds me of the ProStef 90, the Wilson ProStef 90, but it's just a modern version of it. So my spec of choice, I use this stock, and I've enjoyed it, stock. So now let's talk about grips a little bit. So it comes with a hybrid grip, so it has leather underneath and polyurethane on the top. So it gives you a nice firmness, but also the comfort of a synthetic grip. And so I've enjoyed using just a stock grip. So if I wanted a little bit more feel, I've replaced it with a Diadem leather grip, and this gives you a little bit more feel. It's about the same thickness of the stock grip, but whenever I've replaced the grip with the Diadem leather, I add a couple of grams at 3 and 9 as well, just to give me that similar balance and to even out the power a bit. So next, balls. So here are the Diadem Premier Extra Duty balls. So I've used these for a few sessions now, and they're really soft. They remind me of the Wilson US Open, but they don't necessarily bounce as high, but it's a really nice soft feel. So I would highly recommend these for indoors. I haven't tried them outdoors yet since it's freezing cold in Boston, but my suspicion is that outdoors I may prefer a firmer ball, so maybe like a pen ball, pen extra duty, just to give me a little bit more durability. But these indoors, in the 2-hour session that I had where I was bashing the ball, these lasted. They were starting to die a bit at the end, but they still had a good bounce. Now, to the meat of today's conversation, we're going to talk about strings, all the strings that I've used thus far from Diadem. So first of all, let's start with the flagship. Where are we? Before we start with the flagship, I'm going to give away all these strings today, actually over the course of the next few days. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel and then write below in the comments, who is your favorite tennis player, and in 30 words or less, why. So first of all, we have the flagship, the Solstice Power in teal. So this is, if you're a big hitter, comes to the party, this is for you. So you need to really take big cuts of the ball to really maximize the string. At times when I've found that I'm pushing the ball would either go into the net or sail long. But whenever I take my nice full swing, I get a really nice penetrating shot, tight spin, not a super high launch angle, but just the right amount of launch. So I like this. It's probably one of my top 2 Diadem strings. All right, next, Solstice Power in black. Actually, it's called Solstice Black. So this one is, I feel like it's a tamer version of Solstice Power Teal, in that the tension maintenance is a bit better, and it doesn't give you that same low-powered feel to it. It's more of a medium power. And with this one, I feel like it's more versatile in terms of the player. Like, you don't need to take that huge cut every time. Pushers could use this well. But I think you could use it as an intermediate, as an advanced player, and I even think some pros may enjoy this as well. So highly recommend this. If you're looking to get one diadem string, I say try out Solstice Black. So next, evolution. This is one that I keep in my racket bag. I really enjoy it as it's a softer string. These are all polys, by the way. It reminds me of a multi-filament in that it's really soft and has that gummy feeling when you're stringing it. I've used it before in a cross with Solstice Power and the mains to sort of tame the mains down a bit. But it's a lovely string. I haven't tried it in a full bed. I think in a full bed it might give me a little bit too much power, but I definitely recommend it for folks who are transitioning from using full bed or multi who want a little bit more control. They could definitely try this in a full bed. Or if you're using a stiffer poly in the mains, I recommend putting this in the cross to soften up your string bed as well. Second to last, Diadem Flash. So this is a softer string than Solstice Power, but it's still sort of shaped. It gives you a good amount of power. So I made the mistake of trying this in a cross with Solstice Power in the mains. And I was getting more power, but I wasn't getting the exact softness that I wanted. I think this would be more suited for stringing in a full bed and for players who are kind of new to poly or need that extra power. So I would say this is a good string, I think, but just not the one for me. And last but not least, Pro X. So I don't have the packet, but I have it strung in my racket here. So the story behind this is that I was stringing. I was going to play a couple matches this week, and so I put this in my racket for the first time. Never had used it before, and that's something I generally don't recommend. If you're playing a match that matters, don't use a new setup that you've never used before. But it worked out perfectly. Diadem Pro X reminds me of sort of a child between Luxilon ALU Power and Luxilon ALU Power Rough, and that it has the stiffness I feel like is in between those two, but it has the cheatalon aspects of Luxilon ALU Power, and that as long as I'm making some sort of contact on my forehand and I'm swinging from down to up, even if I shank it a bit, like the ball somehow magically dips in at the end. So maybe that's not a good thing that this string has helped me cheat, but again, I wanted to win. And this is one that really helps me, gives me those shots to my forehand. But I feel like this is more of a pro player string in that I'm really starting to unlock it. Like I wouldn't say it's shaped, it's roundish, but if you really lock into your strokes and you groove your strokes, then this is it right here. This is legit. Just because I feel like when I was taking big cuts, I was hitting with a lot of pace and also getting spin and hitting penetrating shots. My serves, I could hear the pop when I was popping first serves with this. And it gives you what you put into it. So if you're hitting with a lot of spin, you're going to get a whole lot of spin coming out. And it's a good launch angle and good touch at the net as well. So yeah, so I've talked about all the stuff that I've used thus far. So here are a few matches from my most recent ladder play. And it's no secret, I'm very competitive and I'm trying to get to number 1 in my ladder. So I've played the number 6, 5, and 4 in the last week or so, and they've been great opponents, really good guys to play against, all different playing styles, and they've really challenged me. But fortunately, I was able to come out with a win in each of these, so looking to push ahead. But they've been gracious enough to allow me to put some of the highlights from the matches, and so enjoy. Note that this is just a lot of fun and something that I really enjoy doing. So again, subscribe, leave the comment below saying who's your favorite player and why you like them, and then win free string. So thanks again. This is Andy from Tennis with Andy.